Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to hold on for 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Just had to tend to something in my room real quick. But, anyways, no, overall, though, I wanted to talk on not. Well, okay, so here's the thing. I'm not going to name drop this video game, but I will tell you guys that it's a form of a racing game. It ain't like one of those official racing games like Forza, Gran Turismo, stuff like that. It's kind of like a arcade game. You know, it's something. It plays out from what I had played. It plays out like it was a mobile game turned like PC game. You know, so. But anyways, there were some things that weren't added into that game, and okay, so because I will be using this situation as an example, but it's not going to be what the episode is about. All right, but it is going to be the main example of this podcast episode. So anyways, there were some key things that I've seen in other video games that seem like it would have made sense to add it into this video game. But hold on for a second. I want to open up what the developer has said. Maybe possibly because I know if you guys can view whatchamacallit, Steam, like, no, we're not notifications, but profiles. And then, yeah, if you check my profile, then you probably could find the game that I reviewed. But anyways, so I'm playing this game, and it's I don't know. I'm trying to like say it, but without saying it. Let's just say that there was a part that they say that you can purchase. That's the thing, though, that when you very first start the game, they only allow you to purchase one vehicle. So my thing is this: when I'm seeing parts where they're not like, oh, this part is meant for this car, and this part is meant for that car, and this part is meant for that. The thing is this: even referencing another video game, it's not a racing game, but still, when you picked up talking on the video game Destiny, when you picked up equipment for a hunter and you was playing as a Titan, or you picked up Titan gear and you was playing as a warlock, they would let you know this is meant for a warlock, this is meant for a Titan, this is meant for a hunter. Explain to me why in this video game they have it where you buy parts for the car and you don't know that that part is not, it's not compatible with the car that you purchased, so you pretty much wasted your in-game currency. And that's the thing, I don't mind playing a game, but I feel like when I'm forced to play, well, I mean, not forced to play a game, but I guess like if there's it should have overall just been a thing. I'm trying to like figure out ways. It should have been a thing where they let you know this part isn't equipped for this car, so you can't purchase it right now. You can't equip it. You can't. They didn't say that. So I wasted my in-game money. But that's the thing, though, where it's like, okay, so why not just have it where I could have saved my money and you could have just added it in the game that, hey, this part that you're getting ready to buy is not compatible with the car that you have. That seemed like that would have made more sense, right? So anyways, just, you know, over, because I left a review and I said the part that confused me was I thought I was buying a body cover for my okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and like read, because I was like trying to like beat around the bush and all that stuff, but it was like a RC car racing game. But anyways, so I go on to say the part that confused me was I thought I was buying a body cover for my car, thinking that all covers fit. It doesn't. I wish I would have known that before buying two of them. Game has potential, but some work needs to be done so people don't have a confusing experience when playing. That's all that I said, right? You would think like, hey, we're gonna work on that, we're gonna add that at some point in time, right? And that's the thing that I don't like about like video game, like when you criticize, like you leave constructive criticism for a video game. It wasn't like I was insulting the game, because I see at times where people, they are all like, oh, this game sucks, developer needs to lose their job and like take this game out of the Steam store. Like they be saying things that be attacking people's livelihood. Me, when I review a game, yeah, there might be some games out there where I'll crack a joke about it, like 2K for an example. And the last thing that I experienced in that game was having it where I passed the ball and the player on the opposite team phased his hand through my teammate's head and blocked the shot. Now that, yeah, stuff like that, I can understand why you would start insulting the developers and the game and all of that stuff, because that's just crazy. That just don't even make no sense. But that's the thing, though. We already know about 2K. We already know what they're about. So trying to explain things to them is like trying to explain to I'm trying to think, a dog to I don't know, run a taxing filing business or something. I don't know, but it's not gonna be accomplished. So that's what I mean. Like, companies like 2K, yeah, they're a lost cause. They don't care about video game development. All they care about is money. But when I see an indie game, I see it as it's a person following their dreams, wanting to develop the best of the best video games and have it be the next big game. I do not mind that. I support stuff like that, right? But anyways, so this is what the developers say. They say when you buy bodies from the hobby shop, you have to specifically choose what chassis you want to buy the body for. And then the preview clearly shows which car it goes on. There was no preview. So then he goes on to say, so I'm a little bit confused on how you thought they will work on all vehicles, because when you purchase, you only buy one vehicle. That's when you start the game off, you only buy one vehicle. So if I am capable of buying multiple vehicles, or when the game starts and there's like a long list of vehicles I can buy, you give me a certain amount of money for one vehicle. So I'm going to assume that whatever part is available or that I'm seeing, I'm going to be able to purchase that. Maybe whoever it is, they added it in afterwards. But my thing is this, though. That should have been added in at the start, not afterwards, at these starts. So anyways, then he goes on to, or whoever they are, they go on to say, on top of the body shells only cost a handful of in-game coins, which you can earn back in a matter of minutes just by playing the game. About 6 to 7 minutes of a typical race race will get you enough to get a body shell. So this hardly feels like something worth giving a negative recommendation and a refund for. Yes, I did ask for a refund for that game, because my thing is this: when you done played video games for the past 20, because I started playing video games, I was probably like 2 or 3 years old, so 25, 26 years, and you see it where Mario Kart, like, they will let you know if something is compatible, but and the thing is this, like, if we're going to use them as an example, do you think if it's clear as day, right, and they let you know, like, okay, a Nintendo Switch game is not going to work on the Nintendo 64. You know that because physically you can see it, but if you're asking, Nintendo will tell you. They're not going to wait for you, oh, yeah, buy everything that we have to offer, but you ain't going to know until the last minute. It's things like that. So, okay, let me think of some other games out there. Okay, Forza Motorsports, or even Forza Horizon. When you have like the cars like listed out. So let's say you buy a Honda Civic. They're only showing you Honda Civic parts. I feel like the Nintendo example is not going to be as good as this example, so hear me out on this example. But anyways, when you buy a Honda Civic or a Ford Mustang or a Chevy Camaro or a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, they're showing you Ferrari parts. They're showing you Lamborghini parts. They're not showing you all the parts that exist in the game, and then you're supposed to just take a wild guess on which part's going to fit for your Lamborghini. No, they don't do that. They let you know what part. So my question is to that developer, highly doubt that they are listening to this podcast episode, but if they are, if they somehow, some way stumble across my podcast and they're all like, I wonder if, because I've heard that this guy, he likes to talk about video games a lot. I wonder if he talked on my video game, and you're sitting down and you're listening to my podcast episode right now. What prevented you from having the parts that's only available for the car that you purchased, the only things that you see on the screen, rather than having all the different parts that exist throughout the game existed on the screen? Does that make any sense? And just like how I said with Destiny, so to explain to you guys how Destiny is set up. So Destiny is just like it's a solo. It's solo and co-op, but regardless. So when you're playing a mission, you're going around killing aliens, killing robots, killing all these different just alien life and stuff. So sometimes when you kill one of the enemies in the game, there's this thing called an engram that drops, right? So you pick the engram up, and for the most part, when you're playing as a Titan, you get Titan gear. When you're playing as a Warlock, you get Warlock gear. When you're playing as a Hunter, you get Hunter gear. And then there's like the weapons and stuff like that you'll get, which is meant for everything. Like it doesn't matter if you're playing as a Hunter. There's no such thing as a Titan weapon or a Hunter weapon or a Warlock weapon. All the weapons fit for all characters, but it's the gear where, yes, you will need a Titan to wear that Titan gear. You would need a Hunter to wear that Hunter gear. You would need a Warlock to wear that Warlock gear. Now, my thing is this. Imagine if they didn't let you know and you went out and you bought some gear for your hunter because and you're playing as a titan, but you're all like, well, oh yeah, so you're playing as a titan, you buy some hunter gear, you're assuming because the game doesn't tell you that, oh, you can't wear this hunter gear on a titan. How'd that make you feel? Now, and then the thing is this. Yes, you do buy video games to play them, but it should be because the video game is fun. Not because, oh, I'm trying to get this part or I'm trying to get that part. That's not fun. That's not fun where it's like I'm having to play the game not to play it, but to just go and get stuff from my car. Then what's the end goal with the game? What's the gameplay for then? Because if that's the case, then it should have just been, oh, you just buy random parts for a car. I'm saying there's a game out there that exists. It's called Car Mechanic Simulator. I should just go ahead and just play that. So my thing is this, right? Rather than sitting and, leaving a comment where you're trying to, you know what? And the thing is this, I don't want to say that it's an argument. I think that he was just responding to my criticism in a way that he felt fit, like responded, like he felt like this was the proper response. My thing is this. You have to understand that in the video game world, you can't mess up. And this is just my advice to any video game developer out there. You cannot mess up. You can't assume that people are going to know things when your game just came out a few days ago. This is my first time ever seeing your video game. I ain't watched no YouTube videos. I ain't read no guidebooks. There ain't no manual that comes with the game. I'm playing your game straight out the box, right? So my thing is this. How much was this game again? Hold on for a second. Let me see how much this game was. $11.99. When you spend $11.99 for a video game, right? And there was I guess he added some new stuff to the game. And the thing is this. I might, in the future, I might re-download that game again. I might play it again. It's kind of iffy because my thing is this, right? I see other video game developers, when you leave them criticism, they get right to work. And they were like, hey, we made things easier for you to understand. We did this, we did that. We're listening to the audience. But my thing is this. You have it where I spend $11.99 on your guys' video game. Now, I guess to some people, $11.99, it might not be a whole lot. But to me, that's my money. So my thing is this. I spend my money on your guys' game, and I can't even get some, simplified gameplay, development and things. You're making things difficult, or you're doing stuff that ain't never been done before, things that nobody asked for. I'm not trying to play the guessing game with parts. I'm just trying to play a racing game. Whatever parts is available for the car that I have, that should be what appears on the screen. That's what I was saying. I don't know what you picked off of what I had said, but it's one of those things that you guys sit down and think about. Are you cut out for video game development? Because I look at it like this. You got upset at what I said. Let's say the next person, they're like, oh, this game doesn't have enough parts for the car. This game don't have enough cars. This game doesn't have enough tracks. The visuals look bad. The gameplay is off. This don't feel like other racing games. All that stuff is going to build up. You're going to crash out. You ain't going to never want to develop video games again. Rather, and my thing is this. If you don't want to add parts, let people know. This is the amount of stuff that this game is going to have. See, information. It is a key thing that will help your video game go far and beyond. But imagine if every video game in the world was developed like that game, where you didn't know that you were so let's say for an example, you're playing, Forza. I use Forza as an example. I'm trying to think of some other games where they got in-game stores and stuff. I can't think. I was going to use Forza, but I just realized no, I said that already with the parts, but I guess, just repeating what I had said. But yeah, you buy a Lamborghini. No. Let's say you buy one of the most expensive cars in Forza. This is your first time ever playing Forza. You don't watch the only thing that you watch is the trailer that plays out on the Steam page, right? Like that first video. That's it. So you're just scrolling through Steam. You see Forza Horizon 5. You're like, oh, this game, it has a good cover art to it. Let me click on it and see what it's all about. You click on the game, you see it's this big giant open world racing game. You're all like, oh, cool, sick. This game look fun. Oh, it look like they got a gang of cars. You're reading all this information about the game. You're all like, oh, this looks like it's gonna be chill, like the bio section and stuff. So anyways, you how much is Forza? I think it's $59.99, right? Let's just see real quick. Forza Horizon 5, yes, it is $59.99. So let's say you pay $59.99, but you know what? You're like, nah, man. You know, because they got standard, deluxe, premium. I want to get premium. I want the premium like, you know, experience with Forza Horizon 5. So you buy premium, which is $99.99. That comes with it comes with everything, you know. So anyways, they got, oh no, that's like a bundle. Oh, that's like a Forza Motorsports. Okay, so it was I thought there was one more, but anyways, you buy premium, $99.99, right? You spend your hard-earned money that you worked hard for, money that you put blood and sweat and tears into. You worked hard for this money. Like that, I think, and that's what people don't fully understand unless it's their own money. But there's some people out there that don't value other people's dollar. My thing is this: you give me money to let's think of some stuff, right? Making music. Okay, you give me money to make you music. Fam, you going to think that I'm Metro Boomin or freaking Quincy Jones, or let me think of some other popular, early ages of Kanye West. Not Kanye West now. Kanye West is crazy now. But anyways, they're all like, bro, like, you didn't even have to do all that. Because my thing is this. Although I value my dollar more than the person's next to me, their dollar, but still, if you're giving me money, I cannot just be like, oh no, I'm just gonna do whatever with it and stuff. I can't do that to people. I can't. But if you sit down and you think about that, like a restaurant, for an example, let's use. Okay, let me finish out my Forza example, and I'm gonna use a restaurant example. But anyways, so yeah, you spend $99.99 after tax. That's like probably $100 and something and things. But you go and you play the game. You manage to somehow, some way get the Koenigsegg Jesko. The Koenigsegg Jesko is one of the most expensive cars in the world, and it's one of the most expensive and fastest cars in Forza Horizon 5. So anyways, you buy that car, but they have a big giant arsenal of all the different things that you can buy throughout the game. So let's say you see a Dodge Challenger bumper. Now my thing is this: if you don't know about cars, let's say you're a kid, for an example. You don't know too much about cars. You don't know how that stuff works. You see it and you're like, oh, well, I can buy this for this car. It's unlocked, so I must be able to use it. You buy it, and let's say it's the last few bit of credits that you have in the game. Like you can't buy it anything else now. You can. They don't even have, because they don't have it set up where you could get your money back in Forza Horizon 5. That was the same way in that racing game too. But anyways, so yeah, you buy it and then you realize that you can't use it. And you're like, well, dang, why would they show me that? Why would they not just show me Koenigsegg Jesko parts? Or I think because I heard somebody say Jesko, and I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But anyways, regardless, you go out and you buy a part for the Koenigsegg Jesko thinking that it's going to fit for that car, and it doesn't. How'd that make you feel? And then how would it make you feel if the developer, they're trying to explain it to you in a way where it's like, okay, fam, why not just add a thing in there that lets you know this part isn't compatible, or just showing me the parts that is compatible? It seemed like that would be a lot easier versus going underneath my review and then I guess feeling down about me wanting my money back. Fam, my thing is this. Throughout the years of me being a streamer, I have came across a lot of different video games to where, and trust me, you're not special, you're not the only one. There has been numerous times where I had to ask for my money back because of the thing is this: I hate to say these words, but at the same time, this is what I felt like I was experiencing. I was experiencing poor development. Because there's games, you got it, where there's games they'll come out, they make it seem like that this is what this game's gonna be. Game comes out and it's something else completely different. For an example, the day before, I asked for my money back for that game because that wasn't the game that they were promoting and broadcasting and promised everybody. They went and made it seem like you were gonna be playing a zombie survival game. They gave us a zombie extraction game. Who asked for a zombie extraction game? I'm trying to think of some other times where I asked for my money back. Let's just go through the list. Hold on for a second. Steam support. Let's go through purchase. So the last game I asked for my money back, but I might end up getting this game. But anyways, Peak. Because and the thing, so the reason why I had asked for my money back for that game was because I don't like the idea of you getting halfway through a mission and you can't save, or climbing halfway through a mountain and you can't save. No L in the middle of that and things. No, we ain't doing that here. All right, not me. But anyways. But no, yeah, Peak, it's like I understand that they say that the map refreshes every 24 hours, but I'm like, fam, there's gonna be people that's playing this game, they gotta tend to some stuff. The last thing that they want to do is come back, and then it's like, oh, I can't. Not even that, where it's like, okay, even if I am playing it within the 24 hours, still there should be a checkpoint thing where it's like, okay, I'll just come back after the like whatever I'm doing and stuff, I'll come back and tend to the game. No, you gotta start all over every time you play. Don't nobody want to play with that. Don't nobody want to play a game that's set up like that. Next game, Ships at Sea. I've talked about this game a few times, but anyways, another situation of poor development. You know, for one, they make it seem like that the game got character customization. It don't have character customization. What else? I remember there was a mission, and I have not seen no updates about that game on them fixing that mission, but there was this mission where you had to collect because this is, it's pretty much in the title of what you're doing in that game. You're I think a fisherman, or you're just some guy on a boat, right? You're some guy on a boat, you're doing all these different boat missions and stuff. One mission is that you gotta collect trash out in the water. Okay, cool, no biggie, no problem. They got it set up where you gotta park your boat right next to the trash bag and try to pick it up. Now, I think a lot of us know how water works, and usually when you brush up against something in water, it's not like how it is when you're on like flat concrete ground and stuff. You run up on something on concrete ground, it's still gonna be there. But when you're out in the middle of the water, water flows, okay? The ocean is flowing. So when you're trying to park next to a trash bag and pick it up, guess what's going to happen? The ocean is going to get the flowing, and the trash bag going to get further away from you. Do you think a person wants to sit down for 3 hours doing one mission of collecting some trash bags? Not just one trash bag, multiple trash bags. Who wants to play a game where you're doing some stuff like that? So that's why in that game, Peak is only $8, but Ships at Sea, that's $27. The next game, yeah, I mean the game was on sale, but the game wasn't working. I think either did it crash or did it not? I think it didn't start up. It was one of the two. I just remember I couldn't play the game. But anyways, Just Cause 2. I asked for my money back for that game because, yeah, the game didn't work. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, I bought a game for the game to work. Another game that did some stuff like that. What was that game? The Gun Club. Was it Gun Club? Hold on for a second. I think that's what that Gun Club. No, that wasn't it. What was that game called? I have that game on PlayStation. I just don't remember. It was like Gun something. Dang, I cannot think of the name of that game. I don't think it was called Gun Club, but The Club, that's what it was called. Yeah, so there is this old shooting game that I remember buying on Steam where it didn't work. It was like the game wouldn't even start up. So my thing is this, asking this developer, because it puts money in your pocket and it takes away money from me. Am I supposed to just be like, oh, okay, well, even though I don't like your game, you still deserve my money? How do you deserve my money? If my thing is this, if I don't like a video game, I'm not just gonna sit there with a video game that I don't like. If I'm capable of getting my money back, you best believe I am going to try to get my money back. Remember, at the end of the day, I earned that money. That's my money. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $5. I don't care if it's $500, $5,000, $500,000. You might look at it as like, oh, that's nothing but change to you. That's money to me. Yes, no, it's not change to me. That's my money. That's money that I'm giving away. And I'm supposed to just be like, I'm supposed to put myself or put you over me, and you know what I feel like that I deserve. No, I deserve to still have my money. And my thing is this, if you put out a good game, I'll buy that game. I'll play it, stream it, all that stuff. For an example, one game where I haven't bought it, I'm playing it through it. Well, I did buy it on Switch, but I've been playing it a lot on my PC, on my Xbox Game Pass thing. But No Man's Sky. Now, when it very first came out, yeah, it wasn't good. I don't think nobody had liked No Man's Sky when that game came out. But overall, though, the game got better because the developers, they listened to the fans. They said, hey, this is what the fans want. This is what we're going to add. Fam, throughout my time of playing No Man's Sky, and what's crazy is that this game is $59.99 out, when it's not on sale. But when it's on sale, you can get that. You can, for one, get that game at GameStops for dirt cheap. On console. PC, I think it's like $23 when it be on sale and stuff. But let's just, because I do have GameStops open. Let's just, because I was looking at some games and stuff. But anyways, GameStops, No Man's Sky. I was like, I don't know why I just completely forgot what I was looking up. But anyways, so you could get No Man's Sky on the Switch for $37.99. Then on top of that, you could get a free upgrade of the game and stuff when you download it on the, like, or if you're playing it on the Switch too. So there's that. 23.74. Well, no, okay, so it's $39.99. I'm reading the pro sales. $39.99 on Switch, $24.99 on Xbox, $29.99 on PlayStation 5, and then $19.99 on PlayStation 4, $59.99 on PC, and then $24.99 on oh, that's because it's a VR edition. They got a I wonder if they got the VR thing for probably not on Xbox, but for Steam. Hold on for a second. Do they have a VR thing for Steam? They do. Oh, I might have to. I wonder. They probably don't have a. Does No Man's Sky have VR on Xbox Game Pass? Probably no. Dang, man. That's messed up. They don't have it on. They don't have it where it supports. Because I was about to. I might end up having to buy No Man's Sky on Steam and then just playing it through that and stuff. Because yeah, that's messed up, man. You know, I want to play VR. I've been playing that game a lot, and so I've been wanting to use my VR headset. I definitely will be using my VR headset for No Man's Sky because I'm like, yeah, that game is mad fun. But no, let's just overall talk on that game, right? So when that game very first came out, they had it where you just travel from planet to planet, and I think they did have like the missions that you can do in there and stuff, like what the story is and all that and things. So, but anyways, the game was very buggy. I think for some people, yeah, the game was probably crashing. It did not work, not like how it did today. But when you look over the years, the developers, and my thing is this, imagine if the developers was like, people were asking for their money back, because the game was at an overwhelmingly negative rating. So let me go back to that, to the one game, the racing game that I was talking on. Because, yeah, it was, hold on, okay, there we go. Click on that, view review. So they go on to say, there's like, so yeah, people are listing out their reasons on why they didn't like the game. The developer, Hello Games, yeah, the people behind No Man's Sky, they go and they're responding to all of them, trying to explain to people how to play their game. And it's like, okay, it shouldn't require an explanation. You know, you got a lot of people of age where it's like they playing the game. You should just be out here develop. It shouldn't get to a point where I'm telling you how to play a game or how to develop a game. But anyways, so they respond to all the negative reviews and stuff, and they ended off with, so this hardly feels like something worth giving a negative recommendation and a refund for, with one of those like sideways, like it's not like a smile, but it's like kind of like a down face or something like that. But anyways, regardless, it's like, how did that make you feel? It's 2016. You just picked up No Man's Sky, or no, you did what I did. So let me explain to you guys what and it's funny how it's very fitting for this time of the year, because no, in some days it's gonna be my birthday, right? So let's go back 9 years. What was I doing 9 years ago around this time? But I think it was either on my birthday or a day after my birthday. But anyways, regardless, so I used my hard-earned money to go over to GameStops and get me a PlayStation 4 and get No Man's Sky. That's what I did. I come home, I put the game in the console, wait for it to download, I start playing it. I think we all seen the first video I did of myself playing that game. There was, compared to what it is now, literally nothing to do. Now, they have it where, fam, I don't know if it was like this before, I done got spaceships, I done, like multiple different spaceships. I came across this one, I was so upset. There was this one spaceship in there that was like 30 million units or something like that. And I'm like, bro, I need to manage my units better in No Man's Sky. But anyways, yeah, they have it where you get like multiple spaceships. You what else? They had like a creative mode, custom game mode where you can like change up how you want the game to play and all that other stuff. what else? The latest thing that they just added in there is that you can be like a mayor. You can run like settlements and stuff. My thing is this, all right? And when that game very first came out, they didn't have all that. The game, and then on top of that, like the animals or the creatures in the game, like they do still kind of have like some weird movement. It's not as like smooth as you would see like in games like whatchamacallit, like Red Dead Redemption or something like that. But then again, it's like, with Hello Games, it's like, yeah, they're not Rockstar Games, so they don't have Rockstar Games money. They got Hello Games money, and I don't know how much money that is, but it's not up there with like Rockstar and stuff, where they made $1 billion off of whatchamacallit, Grand Theft I think it was like billions of dollars off of Grand Theft Auto 5. So that's why I'm like, yeah, when you see that and you compare where there's a company that was literally in the same situation as the guy that's behind this racing game, indie company, don't nobody really know you guys like that, but my thing is this: you guys are in a much more better situation that they're in. Like, no, this racing game, no, they got it has a very positive, I think. Hold on for a second. Let me go back to the game. Now I think act like it want to be all shy and don't. Okay, there it goes. Very positive, but only it was 100. So I don't know how many people are actually playing this game, but there was 129 people had reviewed this game, and yeah, overall. But and the thing is this. So there's a friend of mine, and I'm not trying to say like my friend, oh, he's like he has the final say so, but he's somebody that's into RC cars, because that's what the racing game is about. But anyways, he hasn't said nothing about this game. I'm like, and he's somebody, I remember we went to a store. He was like looking for, I think we went to like multiple stores. I think he was trying to look for a battery or something for his RC car. I think that day we went to like 2 different stores looking for a battery. So if somebody, I feel like if there's anybody out there, cause they have that in their like bio thing, like, oh, for the RC car enthusiasts and stuff. If there's anybody between the both of us that's going to be an RC car enthusiast, it's going to be him. I haven't heard him talk about this game. So that's why I'm like, it's something where I imagine that people that are into video games and they're in the RC cars, that's going to be the first game that they think of. But it's like, I don't see nobody talking about it, but I feel like that if more people would have played that game, I wouldn't have been the only one saying what I had said. And I feel like, hold on for a second. Let me see what some of the other reviews are for this game. Negative reviews, I should say. Because, yeah, the game does have some positive reviews. So, altogether, it has 6 negative reviews. And it's funny because when you look at the reviews, there's like this emoji thing that you can put underneath people's reviews where it's like a clown emoji. And that's all the, including mine, all the negative reviews have that. And yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it shows me that these are one of those games where you can't you can play it, but you're gonna mess around and find yourself getting, well, I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say you get sucked into like them like just brain rot fan bases and things. But no, yeah, that's it's one of those games. It's one of those games where it's like, they're probably be having conversations with the developer in Discord or somewhere or something like that, or maybe even be close friends with the developer. And then then it's like, they're all like, oh, well, to get on his good side, let me go ahead and put these clown emojis and things. My thing is this: if the game is good, you ain't gonna be sitting around doing no stuff like that, because my thing is this: like, when I play games, I could care less what a person feels. I could care less what a person, like overall their experience with the game. I'm having fun, because yeah, people they do that. They give No Man's Sky, because I think, hold on for a second, I imagine that game, yeah, if this game got some bad reviews, and that is recent, I already know for a fact that No Man's Sky, I know that this game has some bad reviews, but it's also at a very positive rating. But anyways, let's see here. So the last so yeah, they've been getting quite a few, like some in July, even some this month, even some one today, a couple no, wait a minute. Yeah, a couple yesterday. Somebody said kinda boring game. Fam, the game got 18 quintillion planets, all these different missions that you could do, all these different spaceships that you can find scattered throughout the game and stuff. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that they got in the game. Yeah, bro, like, there's things that I'm still discovering and learning about with this game. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's just funny to me that when, it's like, and that's the thing. this is No Man's Sky, and like probably now it's one of my favorite games to play. It's really one of the only games I've been playing. Like I've been trying to look for other games to play because I've been playing so much of No Man's Sky. Like I went out and got WWE 2K25, and I said I wasn't even gonna get that game, but I was like, I'm developing an addiction to No Man's Sky. I have to find other games to play. So if that means, yeah, so well technically, well, no, wait a minute, because I was like, well, no, yeah, no, wait a minute. I was like, well, actually, you know what? No, so I bought, wait a minute, because it technically the money didn't go. I guess like through Nintendo it did, but I went through I went through Best Buy. I got a gift card because I was like, yeah, because I know I'm going to want to buy other games and stuff, so I had just got this gift card. And then I went and bought the game through the Nintendo store. So I don't know. I guess it's the money would be good. Some of that money, not all of it, is going to 2K. Some of it is going to Nintendo. So that's why I'm like, yeah, take that, take that 2K. But anyways, but yeah, overall though, even with WWE 2K, it's like if that's a game that I'm mentioning, it's like they let you know that if there's something that you cannot do in that game, they let you know that. Like so let's say for an example, there's because they have like clothes, shoes, like stuff like that. So let's say you went out and bought like because they have Air Forces in WWE 2K. So let's say that you buy the Air Forces. Well, they have it where you don't buy clothes in that game. Like you have to play the game to unlock the clothes. But let's just say you bought the clothes. You bought a pair of Air Forces in that game, and they said that you can't wear them because they're not unlocked or they're not compatible with your player. That it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, bro, you won't have to worry about me seeing if the thing's gonna be compatible or not, because I'm not even gonna fool around with this game. I am not playing it, none of that stuff, you know. So yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like, you know, it's just my advice to video game developers out there, where it's, you know, developers, you need to listen to your fans. You just, whether it's fans or people that's testing out your game, if you want your game to be good, you can't do no stuff where it's like, we're just gonna do whatever and the fans gotta appreciate it. No, the fans are not gonna appreciate it, because if you're not listening to us, why should I listen to you on your frustrations of me giving your game a negative review and asking for my money back? So that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, it's just developers. You gotta sit down and think about it. Is it a wise idea if I argue with these people about what I'm providing in the game? And then, you know, rather than taking in that constructive criticism and making something out of the game, yeah, you know, you got some like brain rot criticism out there where it's just people they're not criticizing the game. They just wanting to just say some negative things because it's a trend. It's, you know, it's funny. It's just trolling and all that stuff. And I'm like, nah, with me when I criticize a game, I'm like I'm criticizing it. I'm saying what I've experienced. I'm talking about, like, you know, the gameplay, all that stuff. So I'm like, I'm not giving out no brain rot. And somebody had said that too. They was all like, it sounds like it's the person that's playing the game. And I'm like, I'm not going to respond to you because I can tell what kind of person you are. So that's why I'm like, yeah, you definitely a couple of cans short of a six pack. Maybe all the cans short of a six pack. But yeah, it's people like that where I'm like, and you know, my thing is this. To those people, and I'm gonna end it off after this. But if somebody talks about your favorite video game and you feel like you gotta hit us with the good old reliable, it sounds like a skill issue. It sounds like it's the player, it's not the developer. Can you please do me a favor? Say something different. Say something that it's like, okay, this is something worth responding to. This is something where it's like, okay, I can actually, an argument might come out of this and things. But when I see stuff like that, I'm like, it's just, all I just see is that it's just copy and paste. Like, you can't think for yourself. You need the internet to think for you. I'm like, yeah, I can tell how you get your information either through ChatGPT or Grok, whichever. ChatGPT is cool. I ain't gonna know. Like, no, I'm cool with ChatGPT because it be, you know, when I can't find my answer on Google and stuff, yeah, I go through them. So ChatGPT, nah, you out the clear. But Grok, yeah, you're one of those people that be underneath tweets talking about, Grok, what does this mean? Grok, is this real? Grok, and it's like, fam, you can't just see it for yourself. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I already know what kind of person that is. And I'm like, arguing with you, yeah, you're getting AI generated answers and stuff. You can't think and answer for yourself. So, but anyways, with that being said, yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.